Now moving on to another Mercedes-powered car, McLaren. Now these guys are just a headache. These guys,
To you. Speak for yourself, man.
bro. Listen. My misery is your misery too. This is a 3-horse race for the title. This year it's a 3-horse race for the title. My misery is also your misery.
Okay, what you remember what you said? Oh, you're coming for P2 in Constructors?
Last year.
No, this year.
This year we are coming for P1. What do you mean P2?
Oh, P1. Sorry, you're coming for P1.
Yeah.
And I told you, McLaren will steal these points away from you guys.
Steal points from who?
From Ferrari.
Now listen, before Montreal, we had this discussion. Before Montreal, before Montreal, you were telling me McLaren had gathered the most points in the few races, yeah? And we went and did the math. Ferrari had the most points. Now currently, McLaren have the most points because they gathered a lot of points and they closed the gap significantly to Ferrari
In Canada.
Yeah. Now, moving forward, we'll see what will happen.
Lando, every race, he has finished above, I think, P5. So
And before Montreal, Leclerc hadn't finished below P4.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have the numbers with me.
So when it comes to catching up to Red Bull, this is what I was telling you. When Ferrari and McLaren are fighting for the points, they are splitting the points and making them, for both of them, impossible to catch Red Bull.
Now,
that's what I was saying.
This is why it's not impossible. You know why?
Why?
Because a certain guy in car number 11, his name goes Sergio Perez. This guy couldn't even make Q3. Couldn't make Q2.
Triple head. There's a hope in
This
the
guy
triple
got the
header.
contract and he was like, my time to relax. Checo, what do you have to say about Checo? Your sentiments on Checo?
Deja vu. We're going back to 2023.
After Miami.
After Miami's slump.
Bro.
Daktari himself, Dr. Helmut Marko, said, yes, the car has been tricky to drive on the last 3 circuits. That's Imola, Monaco, Montreal. And also Max has been struggling.
Yeah.
He hasn't been having an easy time. So one, the car has been problematic. And also it seems like Checo is going back into that mental funk where you start doubting yourself. But I think with this triple header coming back where we have like the traditional kind of circuit with high speed and medium to high speed corners, I think the RB20 will be okay. And maybe that might give Checo his confidence and his mojo back.
I have confidence in him because of the upcoming 3 circuits.
I need to know his reactions to if Checo fails to make Q2 again.
Okay. The thing I know about Checo, if it's a track, if he qualifies poorly on a track which it's hard to overtake, he'll have a yucky or he'll have a really bad race on Sunday. But if it's a track where overtaking is possible, then come Sunday he'll always work his way up. I'm never happy seeing Checo qualify in the middle or behind because there during race starts you're susceptible to anything.
Exactly what happened at Monaco.
Yeah, you're susceptible to anything happening. So yes, on Sunday he usually wants to fight his way up, but as a Red Bull fan and also as a fan of Checo, I'd really love to see him consistently qualify higher so that Sunday we get that double podium.
Okay, were you for Checo getting the new contract?
Yes.
To 2026?
Yes.
Okay, what about you?
What about me? What?
Were you for Checo to get the new contract to 2026?
Okay, no. Me, I think there's one characteristic of Red Bull as a team whereby if you don't perform, you get out.
The axe.
But what more do you want from Checo? Ever since he joined, yeah? 2021 he finished
This
before.
is his 4th year.
Yes.
This is his 4th year.
2021.
Yeah, 4th.
2021 he finished before. 23 he finished. Sorry, 22 he finished. P3. Last year he finished.
P2.
What more do you want from Checo?
Listen, me, I'm happy where he is. I need him to continue the same way. I need him to continue the same way.
What I'm saying is like when you have the fastest car, you might have 1 bad race, 2 bad races, 3 bad races, but in a season, your P2, you should secure it. you should secure it. And Red Bull has been known, if you don't perform, you get the axe. That has been its tradition. But I don't know what happened there.
Do you know why Checo isn't getting the axe? So I did some digging
Please,
on my own.
don't bring BS.
I'm bringing that BS.
What?
Apparently, this guy is making hella sales.
In what?
Merchandise. Bro.
Merchandise, what
This
merchandise?
guy is buying...
Telcel. Is it Telcel?
No.
Yes.
Sales and everything.
Is it
Even merchandise, like T-shirts, the Red Bull.
He
Latino
has
guys,
this cap with
the number 11, yes. It's selling like hot cake, my guy.
Where?
Everywhere.
Where?
Especially in South America
Uh-huh.
and Central America. And America.
Latam, yes,
wait,
because he has a heavy fan.
This guy is coming with all the bags.
No, he's not. You see, and here's the thing: people are saying that Checo is coming in with the money, but just go to the Red Bull website, Oracle Red Bull Racing website. Go to the sponsors page. Sponsors usually have tiers. There's the first Oracle. I think that's the main sponsor. Mm-hmm. There's Akina Bybit. I think that's their name. Mm-hmm. Then there are two other folks. Mm-hmm. Then down there at the bottom, now you have the small sponsors. The ones that Checo is Nescafe, I don't know who. Max also has his Ronch and his other two small sponsors. So the big money is actually being brought in by the bigger sponsors.
You said the sponsors,
Yes. Now, if you take that argument, Checo is bringing in most of the money, as in he's bringing in money to pay Max. Yeah, look at that. Max is bringing, and we also have Red Bull as a sponsor. Yeah. Max is bringing in the money to pay.
Telcel. This is now Checo. This is now Checo. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Max's sponsors?
I know it's a super big supermarket in
Max
Netherlands.
has sponsors as well.
So he's being sponsored by Nivas.
It's a big supermarket in Netherlands.
Nivas.
There's
And also
Jumbo. I think also EA.
I play.
I don't know if it's just a partnership or something.
No, EA aren't here.
I play.
The EA Sports app.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this argument that Checo is bringing all the money, like he's bringing in the money to pay Max. That is why Red Bull are keeping it there. To me,
Somebody said that.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
No, someone said that on WhatsApp. Napio on X, formerly Twitter. Shit just doesn't make sense. So if you use that analogy,
Simmer down.
So if you use that analogy, Max is also bringing in sponsors. He's bringing in money, right? Yes. So Max is also paying Checo. So what's your freaking point?
Okay, so for context, guys, this guy has been riding for Checo since you guys got on Checo's back.
There's the only thing that I wish for Checo is for him to win his home GP.
No.
We called it. We called it in the last episode.
That is the only thing I need
the
from
way
Checo.
He is continuing. And listen, I'm calling it right
Checo.
now. Munona, which place is this? Not Silverstone. Catalonia. This guy isn't making Q2.
Nah, he's making Q2.
He's not making Q2.
Bro,
listen. We'll do a kaweja on the side.
It'll be a nice summer afternoon.
This Red Bull is going to be delicious.
Wacha nimwambie, by the way, this is the time Red Bull itafunguka. For real.
Okay.
This triple header.
We'll watch.
You know, and you have to... let me tell you, I'm calling it now. Now, this is the time you'll appreciate that Max really tried in the last 3 races that he didn't lose 2 races back to back.
Hey, listen. Now this is let me give the guy his flowers. Let me give the boy his flowers. Max Verstappen is an elite racer. For anyone who isn't convinced yet, I don't know what more you need. I don't know what other how do I call it? I don't know what else you need to be convinced that Max is an elite racer. And the reason I'm saying Max is an elite racer is because he has gone to tracks where Red Bull have particularly struggled and gotten points off those tracks. And that's what makes champions, the points.
He didn't lose back to back.
Yeah, listen.
Lose moja and
there's always that saying, and you called it last time. You said, for you to finish, first you have to finish. Now, in situations where Checo hasn't been getting the points or he hasn't been actually pulling his end of the bargain, Max has actually been getting the job done. Now, listen, you might sit here and say, oh, why isn't he dominating the way he was dominating last year? Maybe the field has caught up to him. Whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. But Max Verstappen has gone out there and tried to get that result. He has gone qualified with the best of the best in a situation whereby the Red Bull is clearly second favorite or third favorite, however you want to put it. And this whole Max is in the best car thing, I think, listen, that's That's a lazy excuse.
Fast drivers will always find themselves in a fast
Listen,
car.
that's a lazy excuse. And the reason I'm calling it a lazy excuse, it's an excuse whereby guys don't want to think of conditions and variables that can actually make him not win. And they're just like, oh, he has the best car. He has the best car because he's making it look like the best car. I guarantee you, if Max Verstappen was in a Ferrari, he's getting the same performances he's getting at that Red Bull currently.
Oh,
If Max
by the way-
Verstappen was in a McLaren car at this point, let me finish my rant.
Okay.
If Max Verstappen was in a McLaren, the McLaren that is McLaren right now, he's still getting the same points he is getting
it's a
in
rant.
that race. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Oh, I wanted to say is that Max said he wishes, I think it was after Imola, that he is sure that no other driver could do what he's doing with that Red Bull car.
Yeah.
Whatever he's
agree with
doing,
him.
he is absolutely sure nobody can do
I
it.
can agree with him. I
Nobody
can
can
agree
do-
with him because even Montreal, the qualifying, I remember the Wall of Champions was a tricky segment for most guys. And I remember watching how Max was doing, and he was really, really trying his hardest. We know Max has a very good Sector 1. He comes out of the gates blasting and things like that. He has a good Sector
He
1.
had a tremendous Sector 1.
And I remember, especially that segment, the final turn before you go to the final straight. And I remember his entry and exit out of that corner wasn't conventional Max. It was different. And he kind of tweaked it a little bit. And that's how he got this. He got the fastest time. And the only reason he wasn't on pole was because George got that time fast.
And George also had that too.
Yeah.
But you have to say,
Yeah.
That's what we don't talk about.
That's the only reason Max wasn't on pole position. It's because George got that time fast.
I forgot to say something about Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Russell, like, for now, this is like, for people watching Formula One, maybe who haven't watched Formula One for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen that Russell, he made some very crucial mistake, and in all those mistakes he made, he was overtaken. Like, if he kept his nose clean, like the way we say, like, one of the reasons why Hamilton kept winning is because he had figured out how to keep his nose clean. But that is something George yet, and you always say that George under pressure and a buckle. And we saw like a driver was coming for me. Is it Oscar? Or
Norris.
it
It was
was Norris.
Norris, yeah.
He tried to defend. He went off. Max passed him. Something like that happened. Ukombele.
again, with a
Norris. Norris
Talk
passed
to the
him.
George fans, man. Talk to the George fans.
Okay, Norris passed him. And is it the last one where Hamilton passed him? He made the mistake in Champions Corner,
Yeah.
similar mistake. Hamilton passed him, but he was able to recover that position. So George actually is a fast driver, but just need to keep his nose clean. Like, keep it simple. He could have won this race.